All right. Well, welcome. Whoops. Now I tipped my laptop. That's not going to work. There we go. Good evening, everybody. My name is Karen Batty, your Pampered Chef consultant, and thank you, Mary, for hosting tonight. This is a virtual show. That means you don't actually have to leave your house or find a babysitter or anything, and you get to see really cool products in the use. So I've got some of the favorite things that I use from Pampered Chef. Like I said earlier, for those of you who are on here live, grab a piece of paper. Even if you're watching this afterwards, grab a piece of paper, because just some things might catch your attention. And then when you go to shop on the link for Mary's show, you'll be able to remember, oh yeah, what were those items I wanted to check out a little more closely. I like to focus on the products that make a huge difference in my life and the way I eat and the way my family eats. But you guys feel free to ask about any of the products that you're checking out. So show of hands, any of you trying to eat a little healthier these days? Yeah. And, you know, I find people have a couple of complaints or hurdles when it comes to eating healthy. What gets in your way of eating healthy? Besides the usual temptations of chocolate and wine and things like that. What kind of derails you?
Sweets.
Sweets, yes, absolutely. Yeah. Anybody just sit there and say, it's just too easy to order out pizza? No, sometimes. Because what I hear is that people say it takes too much time to eat healthy, or it costs too much money to eat healthy because those fresh fruits and vegetables have a shorter shelf life than a box of pasta that sits on the shelf, so that mac and cheese and things like that. But I find that if I have a couple of key products that I can use to prep the vegetables I like most, then all of a sudden it's easy to eat healthy, or a lot easier. I can prep things, put them in my fridge, so when I get hungry, I can just pop it out, it's ready to go, or get a meal on the table really quickly. And I thought, what better way to prove that to you than I'm going to make one of my go-to recipes for the summer. It's called zucchini linguine. And I'm going to start off by using one of my favorite products that I use all the time, and that's the Rock Crock. Have any of you heard of the Rock Crock?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, from the last party, right? So this is sort of like stoneware from Pampered Chef, but it has this special coating. It's exclusive to Pampered Chef. It took Pampered Chef 4 years to create this coating. It's a ceramic coating, and it's heat safe up to 752 degrees. That means this can go in the microwave, it can go on the stove top, it can go in the oven, it can even go under the broiler. However, if you're using under the broiler, you want to take the lid off. It can go outside on your grill. It can go refrigerator, freezer. It can go directly from the refrigerator into a hot oven, and it can even go in your dishwasher. So you can do soups and stews and things like that, but you can also braise your meat on the stovetop and then continue to cook it in the oven. But there's also a whole series of microwavable recipes that I love. And I'm going to be showing you one of them tonight, which is the zucchini linguine. There are 3 different sizes of the Rock Crock. This is the medium one. If you're only getting one Rock Crock, I always recommend the larger one. This is the everyday pan. It is 2.5 quarts, but there is a Dutch oven size that's 4 quart. It uses the exact same lid. It's just taller, about like this. And I always say you can cook less in a small, and if you've got a larger pot, you can always cook less in it, but if you have a smaller pot, you can't put more in it than it'll hold. So if you're only gonna have one, I would recommend the Dutch oven, but this is the everyday pan. Now it is completely non-stick, so I don't even need to oil this at all. But if I did, I am on a quest to rid the world of Pam. It's just a bunch of chemicals. This is the kitchen spritzer. And it's a Pampered Chef product, and it has just plain old olive oil in it. And what I do is I'll bring it right up here so you can see. I just take it like this, and I pump it till it hits some resistance, maybe 10 or 12 pumps. And then I spray it. It sprays just like Pam, but it's just olive oil. This is great if you want to save on calories, but you want to spray your whole salad, or you want to spray all your vegetables that you're going to be roasting. Doesn't add a lot of calories at all, and there's no chemicals in it at all. Now, when you go to store it, you turn it backwards just to release the tension. Once or twice a year, just like you change the oil in your car, you're going to want to change this oil. When you pump it and it doesn't spray, when the mist gets a little thick, then you just dump this out, fill it with hot, hot water, the juice of a lemon, pump that through and spray that 3 or 4 times. The citric acid from the lemon will break down whatever buildup has occurred from the oil. And then you're good to go for another 6 months or so. So that's the kitchen spritzer. All right, so this is zucchini linguine, and I'm going to be showing you a lot of products that you can use for the zucchini. Number one is if you make a lot of stir fry, if you make a lot of salad, if you love toppings for your burgers and things like that, this is the simple slicer. It's lightweight, it's small, it's not like, where am I going to store this thing? I will bring this up close so you can see. Right now, the blade is in the lock position. So check this out. Ow! Just kidding. It's in lock position. Anyway, then if you turn it this way, you'll see the numbers, the little lock sign, then 1, 2, and 3. So I can just go click, 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 depending on how thick or how thin I want the slices that I'm making. So I'll show you each slice. It does have a finger guard because it will not discern between your finger and the zucchini. It'll cut through either one like butter, and you don't want it to do that to your finger. So I'm just going to put in just a little bit of the cucumber here, zucchini. And the finger guard has little pokey things on it, so it pokes right into the vegetable and holds it in place. You guys see this? And these slices, they're like a little deck of cards, and everything's sliced evenly, so everything's going to cook evenly. And you can go that quick and that easy to do onions and peppers, and this is, of course, zucchini. And it goes right down to the very last slice, so you're not wasting any of it because this little finger guard pushes it right down. So what would you guys use this for?
I'd use it for making bread and butter pickles.
Pickles, yes, actually my dad has one of these because he does pickles all the time. Yep, so it's great for the cucumbers. You can even do carrots. You can do radishes. You can stick 3 radishes on at a time, 1 on each prong. Yeah,
potato chips,
onions, peppers, zucchini, butternut squash, I mean, whatever you want. So that is the simple slicer. Oh, I was going to show you the other widths. Okay, so this is width number 2. It's about 1/8 of an inch. And then width number 3 is 1/4 inch. So these are the 3 widths. 1, 2, and 3, right there. I use this all the time. It goes right in the dishwasher, or it's easy to rinse off with hot soapy water. Not a lot of parts and pieces. If you have little ones that want to help you in the kitchen, if you prep it and put a little something in there without a tremendous amount of help, they can use it with a little bit of supervision. I find that the way to get kids to eat healthy is let them help prepare the meal. If they help prepare it and you're preparing something healthy, they're going to want to eat it. Okay, so I'm going to stick this over here out of the way. And another thing that I use quite a bit, and this is the veggie strip maker. Okay, again, it's lightweight, it's easy. It's got a notch in it, so if you want to zip it right over a bowl and then go right, and you can just go right into the bowl. So that's what I'm going to do with the rest of this zucchini. I'm putting it the long way so that the zucchini is coming out almost like spaghetti. There is no finger guard that's needed for this because it's plastic, and it works frontwards and backwards. So when you push it, it's slicing. When you pull it, it's slicing. You guys see that?
Awesome, yeah.
Bring it up a little closer. Ta-da! See how quick and easily I did that? Isn't that amazing? It goes that easily through a potato or a sweet potato, carrots. You could do a cucumber. I haven't bothered to do a cucumber, but definitely zucchini as well. So I could prep a whole bunch of zucchinis. How long would it take me to prep 2 or 3 of them like that? It would twirl on the fork like pasta. Just a couple of minutes. But it's going to take me a little longer because I want to show you the All right. I'll take my next cucumber here, and I will show you the piece de resistance in my house these days, and it is the spiralizer back here. This is the Pampered Chef Veggie Spiralizer. I've been a spiralizing fool since this thing hit my house. And talk about eating healthy. I think I've lost 12 pounds since I bought it, or since it arrived. When you get it, it's in a piece like this. You do have to put the handle together. You just slide it in, you twist it on, so it's not hard to do. There is one blade that is always set in place. It comes that way. You never touch it. You never take it out. And that is the ribbon blade. So I want to show you what the ribbon blade does. Basically, it's doing a thin slice. So it turns something, you can make like curly fries, stuff like that. It's going to turn it kind of into like a slinky. Can you guys see it sort of spilling out the bottom here?
Yeah.
Now with the zucchini just kind of falls apart. It doesn't like stay in a loop because maybe it just doesn't have enough moisture. But like a cucumber actually makes like a helix. That's what it is. It turns everything into kind of a helix. So there's the zucchini that I just did. But that's just with the one base blade in place. You always end up with a little bit left over because there are prongs under here that hold the food in place, and it'll stop before you grind up the prongs. It'll do that automatically so you don't have to worry about really chewing up the prongs and ruining your product. This is the guard that, this is the only attachment that you have to worry about. And it stores in here, and then it stores in place this way. So I'm gonna take this out, and I'm gonna show it to you up close. I'm putting the guard back on because that needs to be in place when you slip the blade in to make sure that it goes in there level. But I'm gonna bring this up so you guys can see this. So the part that's facing up is called the linguine blade. See, it looks like a comb with the teeth far apart, like the width of linguine. When I flip it this way, that is the the angel hair or something like that blade. So that turns it like into spaghetti. So I'm gonna put it this side up, which is the linguine blade. So now I'm gonna slide this in. So not only is it gonna cut one way, then it's gonna cut a lot of different way, slice it the other way, so it's going to come out like pasta. And notice this is just a righty-tighty, lefty-loosey thing, nothing really difficult at all. So I'm going to pop this off, put the other half of my zucchini in here. I just love this thing. Can you guys see this? Ta-da!
Looking through the catalog,
This definitely a kid could do with little to no effort. And let me tell you, it is going around. I could do it really with one finger. It really is effortless. Now, that's just a zucchini that quick and that easily. But I use this for butternut squash, and I'm telling you, it goes through butternut squash as quickly as easily. Usually when I prep a butternut squash and I cube it, my hand is aching by the time I'm done cubing up the butternut squash. Now I don't have to do that anymore. But when you cube up butternut squash and roast it, it takes a long time to cook the butternut squash. 20 to 40 minutes anyway in a 350, 400 degree oven. But when you spiralize this with an onion really quickly and easily, yeah, it cooks up in no time. So I've got another zucchini here, so I might as well use it all, right? So butternut squash. Oh, hey Eric, do you want to grab me an onion? I like onions with it too. And since I am going to eat this, might as well make it real quick. I don't think my husband heard you. So what would you guys use this for? Can you grab me an onion? Thanks.
Probably pretty much the same you're doing there.
You could do potatoes. You could do sweet potatoes, butternut squash. Beets are another good thing to do. I'm going to do an onion in just a minute.
My kids would have a field day doing apples.
Apples. Oh my gosh, that's a great idea. You could definitely do apples on here. We did them at a show the other night. Somebody said, could you do apples? I said, probably. The host said, I have one. I said, grab it. Yes. It didn't make a full helix all the way around. It broke a couple of times, but it stayed together for the most part. And it definitely did a nice thin slice. So if you wanted to, roast your apples, you could definitely do that. Okay, so there is all the squash ready to go. But I am going to show you how nice and easily it does an onion. Now with an onion, you don't need this attachment because it's already, got little rings in it. So I'm going to take that out and we're just going to do an onion. And I'm going to show off my nice 8-inch chef's knife, German steel, full tang blade, forged cutlery, lifetime guaranteed knife from Pampered Chef. It's right up there with top of the line Henkel knives. But you can't say, oh my gosh, I love those Henkel knives, but gosh, they're just a little bit beyond my budget. I wonder if I can have a Henkel show. There are no Henkel shows, but there are Pampered Chef shows. And when you host a Pampered Chef party, you get free and discounted products. Just for having a qualified show, you are guaranteed whatever the host bonus of the month is. It's an item usually at 60% off. You're also guaranteed any one item or set at the entire catalog at half off, plus at least 20 and free. And that goes up from there the more orders you get. With your one half price item, you could take the entire knife block set. Now, have you guys priced a good chef's knife? How much could a really good chef's knife run you?
I have the Pampered Chef set.
You have the Pampered Chef ones? Awesome. Did you host to get them? That's the way
I was a consultant at one point.
Oh, you were a consultant?
Yeah,
okay.
under Michelle with you.
Michelle Weinstein?
Yep.
I trained her. I taught her everything she knows.
I know. I did a party at your house, I think. I went to your house.
Oh, the training. Yeah,
I was
pregnant. Training.
Yeah, I was pregnant with my son at the time.
Okay. Oh, wow. So you've got good knives in your house. Yeah, absolutely. And I've sold a few of these at full price, all to men. Women book to get them for free. One good chef's knife can cost you $100 to $200. Ours is about $76, I believe, which is a very, very competitive price. And if you buy it at full price this month, you'll be able to choose a nice freebie, the ice cream scoop or the bowl, the batter bowl, or something else. I can't remember, but it's posted on the event. Or the knife block itself is $460. It's 9 knives plus our fabulous shears, the cutting shears, and a honing tool to keep it all nice and sharp. This is 8.5, 9 years old. I've had it professionally sharpened once, and it's still super sharp because of that honing tool. And then, of course, you get the block. And at half price, it's $230, and it is still guaranteed for life. And by the way, when you message me and you schedule your party before Mary puts on her show, Mary gets a half price item as a booking benefit. So if you need one more reason to have a party, there you go. Okay, so I'm gonna just plop the onion in here. Have at it.
Oh, wow.
Can you guys see this?
That is bad.
I love this thing. Ta-da! That's how easy it is. No tears. No time for tears. Pretty sweet, huh? Crazy. All right. So now I'm going to take this rock frog. I'm going to cover it, and I'm going to stick it in the microwave for about It's 6 to 8 minutes, depending on how strong your microwave is. I'm going to go with 8 minutes tonight just because of the amount of food I have in here and the amount of onion. If you're just doing 1 or 2 zucchini, 6 minutes is going to be plenty of time. Right in the microwave. Okay, so there we go. That is the veggie spiralizer. You can buy it at full price, or of course you can have a party, either a live party or a virtual party like this one, and you can get this as your freebie if you'd like. All right, so I need topping for my zucchini linguine, so I'm gonna break out my manual food processor. Now normally I would just throw the tomatoes in there, but I want to show you guys this thing. This is the close and cut. And it is spring activated, so you can see when I press here, it moves. When I press up here, it moves. So when you put something in here and close it, it will center itself up to a 3-inch diameter, a 3-inch thickness, excuse me. So the first time they showed it, they said, oh, look, you can fit in all these cherry tomatoes and slice them in half all at once. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, if I want to eat a cherry tomato, I just pick it up and bite it. You know, like really, do I need to slice all these things in half? But then, you know, it is nice if, you know, if you're having a salad to cut them all in half, but I usually just throw them in there whole. But now you just take it, slice it, and ta-da! They're all cut perfectly in half, all at once. But again, cherry tomatoes, you know, I would just pick them up and eat them. You know, who needs to cut them all in half, right? Then they said, well, you can do the same thing with grapes. And I'm like, well, you know, right, I can just pick up a grape and eat it. You know, so really, do I need it for grapes? But then I did a party for healthcare providers, and they were like, oh my gosh, that's fantastic, because apparently grapes are a choking hazard, and you're not allowed to have them at a daycare center unless they're cut in half. So they all loved that. Whew, now I'm standing over the onion, and I'm getting teary. I get so sentimental about my Pampered Chef products because I love them so much. Okay. So, but the thing that really got me, they said you can put a bagel in here, cut the bagel in half. And I thought, okay. Then they said you could take a half a bagel, put just a half a bagel in, and cut that in half to make like bagel chips. And I thought, oh, that's cool. But that, you know, thick New York thick bagel, I do that maybe 3 times a year. But then they took boneless breast of chicken. Pretend along with me. There's a boneless breast of chicken on the right here. They took a fork, they picked it up, they put it here. They took the fork, they nudged the edges in, sliced it in half. Then with the fork, they picked it up and went like this and had 2 perfectly in half fillets. Even though one part of the chicken is thicker than the other, when it cuts in half, because it's spring activated, it can adjust. It's perfectly in half, and you don't have to manhandle the chicken. And I thought, oh, that is fantastic. And this is all dishwasher safe. It's all one piece. If you don't have a dishwasher, no big deal. Just I would submerge it in hot soapy water, give it a swish around, let it dry, or you can throw it right into the dishwasher, all in one piece. Okay, so that's called the close and cut. By the way, I'm taking a sip out of my Pampered Chef infuser bottle. It's got a little grate here, so you can put all the things down here that you want to infuse, and that way when you drink it, the little grate thing here keeps all the seeds out of your infused water. However, if you're one of those people that likes to use a straw, you can flip up the top and sip out of it. And if that's the way you're going to drink it, you want to put all your fruit on the top so that when you're sipping from the bottom of the straw, you don't get any of the seeds. So it's handy. It's got a little hook on it, and it's nice and oversized, which, oh, can't drink enough water these days. All right. Oh, I forgot to save a half of my zucchini to show you the thing that I think is the best $5 you could ever spend. By the way, manual food processor. So, Paula, did this come in your kit?
No.
Back in the day? No? Oh, it does now. How long ago did you do Pampered Chef?
Yeah, 6 years.
Oh, okay. So this probably, yeah, when it came out maybe 4 years ago, they started putting this in the kit. Okay, this is a food processor. It's a food processor. It doesn't have a hole in the bottom because it doesn't have to connect with any kind of motor. And you can determine how coarsely or how finely you chop something with how many times you spin it around. Again, if you've got little ones that want to help you in the kitchen, this is a great product that they can use. So I'm making this topping for my zucchini linguine. So it's really like a bruschetta. So I've got the tomatoes in there. Oh, I need a little splash of olive oil. Not a Pampered Chef container, but that's okay. Gotta have something, right? Oh, salt is over here. This is our salt and pepper mill. I'm going to grind a little bit of salt in there. With our grinders, what you want to be looking at is the grinding mechanism. Thing at the bottom. A lot of them on the market, surprisingly, are plastic, which isn't going to last. Some of them are metal, which seems like a great idea, but salt corrodes metal, right? So this is a ceramic grinding mechanism. Are you raising your hand, Paula? Or are you just adjusting your screen?
Just adjusting.
Oh, okay. Go right ahead. And then I'm adding some nice fresh basil in here. And wouldn't be complete with a little bit of garlic. Okay, so Paula, you must have our garlic press.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
Do you, Mary?
I don't have yours. I've got another one.
Well, what's nice about ours is you don't have to peel the garlic. You can stick it in there, skin and all, and go squish. And then I just scrape it along the side, and then there's the peel right there, and I can just go fling right into the trash. I'm not going to smell like it for a week. It's almost as quick as taking a jar and just going flop. But just like I'd like to get rid of all the Pam in the world, I'd like to get rid of pre-minced garlic. It's sitting there in all of these preservatives. Because really, if you took fresh garlic and squished it onto a plate and wrapped it up in saran wrap, would you be able to keep it for 6 months in your refrigerator? Of course not. It might last 3 or 4 days, right? So they add all these preservatives. It takes away most of the flavor. It takes away most of the medicinal qualities. And they charge you more for it. I mean, you can buy, they sell garlic by weight. It weighs practically nothing. Now, sometimes you don't want your garlic minced like that. Sometimes you want it whole. So we have this garlic peeler. It looks like a little cannoli. It's silicone, which feels like rubber, but it's better because it doesn't grab and crack. And you just roll it back and forth. Oop, this is a little slippery, so I don't know if it's going to work tonight. So I've got all this juice from all the vegetables all over here. There we go. Slide around till you hear the skin go la la la, crunch, crunch, crunch. And it is peeled now. So now you could use it whole if you want it whole, like, you want to just peel a bunch of garlic and use it over a few days. Or if you're baking and you're putting in a bread, you can leave it whole or just chopped in half or quarters or something like that. But I'm going to be slicing it with this garlic slicer. It looks like a little pencil sharpener for garlic. But it says garlic slicer, but really any food that you can slip in there that you'd like to slice, you could probably slice with it. Like I've done baby carrots, I've done almonds, I've done Parmesan cheese, and you get little shavings. You can put chocolate in here and get little shavings of chocolate, radishes, things like that. And I'm hoping you guys can see. And I will bring this right up to the camera here so you can see, get like paper thin, wafer thin garlic. Fabulous. People sometimes ask me, so what do I need? Do I need the garlic press? What do I need, the slicer? What do I need? And I say, if you love to cook with garlic, you probably want to have both on hand. If you just are going to use it every once in a while, just go with the garlic press. But the flavor of the garlic is in the oil. So if you're doing stir fry and you want a stronger flavor, use the press. However, a stir fry cooks up quickly, so it's appropriate for that. Because if you squish garlic and then you cook it for a long time, it just burns off. And so if you're cooking something longer, then you want it sliced or something like that, so that it doesn't just burn off. You get a much milder flavor with the slice, by the way. Some of the recipes call for maybe 4 cloves, sliced. You would never use 4 cloves in the press. It would be really, really, really strong. Your neighbors would be knocking on the door going, yeah, enough with the garlic already. Okay. We're just going to zhuzh this around. So this is just, you could use any topping that you want for this pasta. The zucchini is your pasta. And if you want to just open up a jar of spaghetti sauce, or you have your favorite spaghetti sauce recipe that you like to do, you can go ahead and do that. Or you could make like a Pesto. That's another thing I make in my manual food processor a lot is basil pesto. Just, throw in the basil, olive oil, pine nuts if you want, Parmesan cheese if you want. Zhuzh it around. And then you can put it in ice cube trays, or we have these little herb trays, which are great, and you can just pop out one at a time as you need it. Okay, I think this is good and processed now. This is the only part that can't go in the dishwasher, the lid, but it's easy to just wipe right off. Now, I will take this out of the microwave. Everybody needs a couple sets of these. These are the microwave grips. Why do you need 2 sets? Because when you use one and a neighbor sees it, they're going to be all over them, and they're going to want a set. And then you can give it to them for their birthday, and they'll love you for it. But they're good for getting anything hot out of the microwave. They've got these little grippy things on them, so they stay put. They don't slip off your fingers. So you get that hot mug, that hot plate, or of course your hot rock right out of the microwave. And you see all this steam. I will just take a minute to show you. Here's all the onion and zucchini. It will twirl right on your fork like pasta. You can pile it up high, no worries at all. Nothing is sticking. It's got plenty of moisture in it. If you were to do this on the stovetop, you'd need to add water or oil. But in the microwave, when it's covered, it's got plenty of moisture right in the zucchini itself, which is fantastic. My Pampered Chef scraper that I've had for 20 years. I always say buy a scraper. It'll last longer than most marriages, sadly. But my marriage is on 27 years now, so that's good and strong too. Okay. Let me just run over and show this to you guys. How does that look?
Oh, that looks good.
Nice, huh? And an absolutely guilt-free meal. Now, if you feel like, that, it doesn't have any meat in it. My husband years ago used to think if something didn't have meat in it, it was an appetizer. Oh, that was nice. What's for dinner? You can add, like you've got a little bit of chicken left over. I'm going to put this back in the microwave for another minute or 2 to heat up the sauce, and then it's good to go. So if I weren't showing off all these products, do you not think that I couldn't have a meal on the table in under 10 minutes with that one?
Yeah.
Whoops. Here. There we go. So that's the zucchini linguine. I love, love, love that recipe. You can add shrimp, you can add chicken. Of course, the dusted Parmesan cheese on the top if you like that as well. And then I'm going to get this cutting board out of the way because I want to show you a few other things. While I'm doing this, do either of you have a favorite product from Pampered Chef that you'd like to talk about? I'll give you bragging points. You get points for bragging about your favorite item.
They're all great.
I can barely hear you.
I said they're all great.
They're all great, yes. Did you use any tonight?
The garlic press.
The garlic press, yeah. I use mine daily, practically, right?
Yeah, pots and pans, cutting boards.
What's that?
Pots and pans, cutting
boards.
boards.
Oh, cookware, yes. And I got to give a plug. If anybody's thinking, oh my goodness, she's got the pots and pans from Pampered Chef and the knives from Pampered Chef, become a consultant. Even if you only do it for a short period of time and it turns out not to be your thing, that's fine. You will have a kitchen stocked full of Pampered Chef products for the rest of your life. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
You're right.
Absolutely. Okay, I promised to show off this pineapple wedger. I love fresh pineapple, but it's such a mess. Well, not with the Pampered Chef pineapple wedger. But I don't know if this pineapple's any good. Maybe it sat around too long. Oh, no, it's okay. All right, I'm just going to do a little bit of it because 2 reasons. Well, I'll do all of it tonight, but I do half at a time because I'm short. And to make this work easily, you want to be able to get your shoulders over it. If I tried to do the whole thing, I'd be up here. Unless they were 6-inch heels, it would be difficult to do. So I do half at a time. But then it turned out that was really convenient because right now I got kids in college and some have moved out of one has moved out of the house. So I don't maybe want to do all the pineapple at once and then have to eat it really quickly before it goes bad. So I can just cut off the bottom couple of inches, do that much, leave the rest whole like this on a plate, in the fridge or on the counter. Come back a couple days later, cut off a little more. A couple days later, cut off a little more. So here's what you do. You just hold it like this. And unlike an apple wedger, which you just push right down, this you want to wiggle. The key is in the wiggling. When you wiggle, it just goes right down. When you hit the cutting board, you're not quite done. Now you want to take it because it has these indentations in the lid. So you want to just pick it up and center it on the lid, and that pops it all the way through. So now these things are completely, there we go, cut away, ta-da. All right, so there we go. There's our nice pineapple. This you can, people have fed it to their chickens. Somebody said she puts it in vodka and makes pineapple vodka. So there you go. Lots of great uses for that. And then here you've got.
A friend of mine would give that.
What's that?
A friend of mine would give that centerpiece to the infant when they were teething.
Oh, that's a great idea. Stick it in the freezer and then give it as a teething toy. That's very, very clever. I'll give you 5 points for sharing that idea. Go right ahead. Yes. All right, so there's the pineapple. And then the other thing that I want to talk to you about, just because it's you know, barbecue season, 4th of July we just had, and got a couple of things. We've got a whole lot of things for the grill, but I was going to talk about a couple in particular. We have our barbecue turner. Okay, this has been around for a good long time. This is the thing that got me into Pampered Chef. My husband bought one of these at the party he went to. It's stainless steel. It's got a serrated knife on this side, so you can check into the steaks to see if they're done before you take them off the grill, turn off the grill, bring them inside, slice into them, and say, needs another minute. Then there's a meat tenderizer on this side. This edge is beveled, so it gets right under the burger. It doesn't just chase it across and down. And, of course, this is the real selling feature right here, the bottle opener built in. All of our barbecue tools have handles have a little ring on the end, so you can hang it off on the grill. The sharp ones all have sleeves, hard plastic sleeves. So good and durable. They will last for a long, 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 long time. My husband got this, shortly before I started my business. So we've had actually this is a new one because they put slots in it a few years after I started. But we still have the original one they bought that doesn't have the slots in it that's going on 21 years now. So they will last a good long time. Then Mary, this was one of the things you booked to get. This is the newest addition to the Rock Crock. And it is the Rock Crock Grill Stone. I had all the vegetables on it. This is like our beloved pizza stone. It is 15 inches round, like our large round stone. It's got a lip on it, which is great. It gives it a lot of flexibility. You can do a lot more with it because of this edge. You don't just have to do a pizza or things like that because it's got this edge on it, so things aren't going to go dripping into your oven or your grill. Now you can do mile-high nachos on here. Now you can do chicken wings that have plenty of gooiness all over the top. You're not worrying about that spilling all over your oven. If you're doing, because this can go under the broiler, which our stoneware cannot, if you want to, do an appetizer that goes under the broiler, you can go ahead and do that when it comes out of the oven. It already looks like it's on a serving platter. Some people don't like our stoneware because it seasons over time. This one, it won't darken. And it's got handles built right in. One of my hosts on my, I have a customer page called What's Cooking with Karen. If you're not on it, go ahead and look it up and click to request being added. What's Cooking with Karen, Karyn, by the way. And if you request to join it, give yourself 25 points. So on that, a host of mine sent me a picture of, she had done her breakfast out on the grill. And she had a bunch of eggs on one side and sausage links on the other. You can do all kinds of stuff on here. It comes with a recipe for it's not a pizza, but what do you call those breads that they make these days?
Flatbread.
I forget. But anyway, it's really good. It's topped with actual cooked grapes with a balsamic drizzle, and it's got got cheese on it. It's delicious. It's amazing.
Flatbread?
That's what it's called, flatbread. And it comes with a recipe for a flatbread base that is fantastic, quick, and easy because it's a Pampered Chef recipe. So this retails for $80. However, if you sneak in a show before the end of the month, you can do what Mary's doing. This is one of the host bonuses this month. It's 60% off to host. So $34 instead of $80. And that's in addition to all the usual host benefits, which is really great. Plus, Mary, if someone were to schedule a party off of yours and you were going to get a half-price item, what would you choose as a half-price item or set at that person's party, you think? I'm putting you on the spot.
I know.
Did you get spiralizer, knives, cookware, rock crock? What would you get?
I would probably do the vegetable
spiralizer. Okay.
Spiralizer.
So, if someone were to schedule a party, message me. If you're not watching this live, you can still message me and say, I want to have a party. Mary will be on your party, and she will order a spiralizer at half price. So there you go. You already have your first order on your party. Okay. All right. I'm looking around. Hey, that's all the products I wanted to show. But was there anything that you saw when you were online, if you were online at all, checking out the products, anything that you saw that you got questions about?
I wanted to tell you that I used that beer can chicken.
Oh, the beer can chicken. Yeah. And when I saw your post, I thought you broke it, but you said you broke it in. And how did the chicken come out?
It came out nice and juicy, and I did put the recipe on the host that you would put the recipe.
Yeah, great.
I had done a beer can chicken before, but this makes it so much easier because you've got something that will hold the can.
Right. Yeah, holds it all in place. And then if you want to put onions or potatoes around it, you can. And if you're not using it for the chicken, you can take that beer can out and just pile it high with nachos or load it up with potatoes and vegetables and anything that you want to roast on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that item, and I'm so glad you're getting use out of it. And actually, the raw crock that I showed you, if you get the large one, which is the Dutch oven, the 4-quart, you can put an entire chicken in it, cover it, and do your chicken in about 23 to 28 minutes, depending on the size of the chicken, in the microwave. I promise you, will be the juiciest chicken you ever eat. And you don't have to heat up your house or wait all night. Then when you take the lid off, the chicken is all cooked and juicy, but the skin, not so much. So you can just peel it off and throw it away. If you say that's too fatty, then that's fine. Or you can take it, because it's raw crock, and put it under the broiler for about 3 minutes. And it'll crisp up all that skin, and then you're good to go. Then when you take it out, there's all the juice in it. If you want, put it right on your stovetop and make it into gravy. Quick and easy. The first time I used my raw crock Dutch oven came with a recipe for French onion soup. So I started off on the stovetop. I made the soup. Then I put the cheese and the bread on, the bread and the cheese, put it under the broiler till it was perfectly golden brown. Normally you'd need like a stainless saucepan to do that, right? To go from the stovetop to under the broiler. But if you're having company, who wants to serve out of an ugly stainless saucepan? But the raw crock is beautiful. Take that out. I call it the little black dress, right? Take it out and go anywhere. You can put it on with flip-flops, with beans and hot dogs in there and take it outside. Or you can put it on with a dress and pearls and heels and put it on the table for Thanksgiving. It's basic black, so it doesn't compete with any of your other serving pieces, okay? And it's timeless. And so I made the French onion soup. I served out of it. There was leftovers. I just popped the lid on and stuck it in the refrigerator overnight. The next day, I popped it in the microwave to reheat the leftovers. Ate the rest, threw it in the dishwasher. So I cooked in, served out of, stored in, reheated in, all one piece. I use this thing at least 4 times a week.
And you have to let it warm up from the fridge to the microwave?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
You didn't have to let it warm up from the fridge to the microwave?
Nope, not with the raw crock because of this, and it can go under the broiler for the same reason. It's this finish that took them 4 years to develop. That is heat safe up to 752 degrees, so you do not have to worry about thermal shock like you would with a baking stone. Yes, take it right out of the fridge, pop it in the microwave, put it under the broiler. It starts on the stove top, and all that heat's going on the bottom, not at the top. You can't do that with stoneware, but you can do it with a rock crock. So this is the next generation. If you are a stoneware lover, you are going to absolutely flip out for the rock crock, I'm telling you. And so speaking of which, if you decide you want to have a party in July, the host bonus, you can choose from 4 things: 2 stainless steel cookware pieces, or the barbecue roasting pan and can holder that Mary was talking about that she used the other day, or this rock crock grill stone. Have any one of those at 60% off. Do your party in August, and you could choose from 5 different items, including the rock crock casserole. That's the smallest of the, it's a 2-quart one. Like the one that's in the microwave, that's 2.5 quart. It's the smaller one, it's a 2-quart. Plus is frying pan, our ultimate mandolin, the rice cooker plus, or one of our cutting boards. Any one of those at 60% off. However, if you schedule your party before Mary closes out hers, not only will she get an item at half price at your party, but I'll take an extra 50% off of whichever item you picked at 60% off. So half off the sale price. It's like Macy's, right? Their sale rack. Oh my gosh, it's practically giving it away. Tonight, if you place an order in the next 24 hours, give yourself 50 points for placing your order, 100 points if you schedule a party. This month, when you're placing an order on Mary's party, if your order comes to 75 or more, you get either the ice cream scoop, because it's National Ice Cream Month, our small batter bowl, or the herb freezing trays that I talked about when I was talking about making the basil pesto. And I used to put it in ice cube trays, but our herb trays are better because the silicone, they pop them right out really quickly and easily. Any one of those is free with an order over 75 before shipping and handling. I am part of a test group, a pilot group called Direct Ship Now. When you go to Mary's show to place your order, as soon as you're done and you submit the order, it's going to be processed right away, and it's going to be sent directly to your house. In the past, guests would have to wait until Mary followed up with people and everybody placed the order, then it would be shipped to Mary, and then Mary had to sort and deliver it to all of you guys. Yeah, it would be weeks before you had your products. Now you're going to have your products in probably 5 to 7 days at the most after you press the send button. Now, what this also means, not only are you going to get your products much more quickly than you have in the past, it also means if you schedule a party and you're one of my hosts, because I'm part of this pilot group, 0 sorting and delivering. Everybody's order gets direct ship right to their house. So they're getting it faster. They love it. It's a win-win all around. Okay, so that's that. And we talked about this. And by the way, anybody is allowed to give this business a try. And let me ask you something, Paula. When you decided you didn't want to do Pampered Chef anymore, was there a lot of pressure? Did people call you up and say, hey, how come you're not selling anymore? You got to sell some more. You can't quit. Did anybody say that to you?
No, not at all.
No, not at all. Because you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. There's training and support, but you do with your business what you want. And if you decide to give it a try, that's all it is a try. You decide, do I want to try out a few shows with my family and friends to see if this is a good fit for me? So you give it a try. We have a great deal on the kit. The kit, if you buy the kit, it's 72% off retail price. You're getting the $600 for the products for $159. Plus, you can earn free products in your first couple of months. And this month, when you sign on, if you sell $12.50 in your first month of business, which is about 2 to 3 average shows, they will give you the large Dutch oven rock crock absolutely free as a bonus. After those 2 or 3 shows, if you're like, yeah, not my thing, you can walk away. It's legal, moral, and ethical. We hope you don't, but you can. Okay. All right. So any questions? Actually, I was going to give you guys about 3 minutes. I will give you 25 points for every non-product related question you ask. So you could ask questions about having a party, whether it's a live party, virtual parties, catalog shows. You could ask about fundraisers or bridal showers, or you could ask about the business opportunity. Anything you're curious about. And if you're thinking to yourself, I'm not curious at all, well, ask something anyway, because you get points for it. So who's got a question?
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
do the Facebook parties like we're doing here.
Mhm.
What if people don't have the Zoom to do this? Like smartphones.
Most people do, because you can click, there's people can click from their laptops or their desktops or their phones. So most people do. But as far as being a consultant and doing this, not everybody does the live part of it. Some people just post on Facebook for a week and people place their orders. I'm one of those people, I would much rather talk to people live. That's what I prefer. But people can do whatever they want. So as long as they can get online, they can do a virtual business. And I have a person on my team. She has 4 children. She's very, very, very busy. Last month alone, she's been doing it since November, but last month alone, her income, not what she sold, but her income from her online sales was over $1,200. She never had to leave her house. She posted once each morning and once in the evening, and worked it around her kids' schedule. So it really makes for a very flexible business, which is great. So good question. So 25 points.
Are you thinking about getting back into it, Paula?
No, probably not. I have 4 jobs and the 2 kids. It's a lot.
4 jobs. Ugh.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Thank you for asking. But as far as hosting something like this, just like at my live shows, you know, there's people who can't come and they can place outside orders. Same thing goes with the virtual show. So you invite the people and those who can come and, you know, either view it online during the Facebook postings or live like this, or I'm going to be posting this video onto her Facebook event so people can watch it afterwards if they want. Other people can just, I sent some catalogs to Mary so she can circulate them and get outside orders. So just like any show, it's never going to be one that every single one of your friends can attend on a certain given day or a certain given way. But you throw it out there. There's going to be enough people who can, and it all works out. No questions about fundraisers or bridal shows? No? Well, just for those of you, because I know you're former consultants, we offer fundraisers. In the case of a fundraiser, there is no host receiving free and discounted products. Instead, Pampered Chef will cut a check for a percentage of the sales. When it comes to bridal showers or anytime you want to throw a show on behalf of someone else, you can do so. As far as a bridal shower, the guests love it because they don't have to buy a gift and wrap it and get a card. They just show up and they say, oh, you like that spiralizer? Put that on my charge. My work here is done. The people planning the shower like it because they don't have to come up with a fun factor. The bride is going to come up and cook and try out all the products with the Pampered Chef consultant, and that's very entertaining. And then, of course, the bride loves it because the bride gets everything that everybody buys for her, and then she gets all the host benefits. My average host, who gets about 15 orders on her show, gets usually over $200 worth of free product, plus half price items and other things, but $200 and free for 15 orders. Now, on an average bridal shower, there can be 30 to 50 orders on average. So you can imagine these brides are very often looking at not only what people buy from them, but $400 to $600 worth of free products on top of it. So if nobody gets them the cookware set or the knife block set, they can say, I'll take that as a freebie. These brides are cleaning up. And like I said, it doesn't just have to be for a bride. It could be a housewarming, it could be a birthday, it could be an anniversary. I personally think every 10 years that you remain married, you should have a shower. Stuff. In 27 years, I need some new towels and sheets. But anyway, okay. Well, I will let you guys go because it's getting late, but I will stay on for another couple minutes in case you have questions, but I'm going to stop the recording and we'll post this a little bit later. So thanks for coming.
All right.
Hi.
Oh, why is it stopping?